Hello everyone, and welcome to this exciting journey into the fundamental building blocks of our universe. Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of atoms, the smallest particles, their atomic size, and the symbols approved by UPAC. We'll explore this topic across four levels of understanding, from the basics to competitive insights, ensuring you grasp every intricate detail. Let's begin our exploration. Let's kick things off with the easy level. Here, we'll cover the fundamental concepts of atoms, their tiny nature, and how we represent them. Atoms are simply the basic building blocks of everything around us. From the air you breathe to the device you're watching this on, it's all made of atoms. They're incredibly tiny, far too small to see even with the most powerful microscopes. For a long time, atoms were considered the smallest, indivisible particles. While we now know they have even smaller parts, in chemistry, an atom remains the smallest particle of an element that can participate in a chemical reaction, retaining its unique properties. So, just how small are atoms? Their size is measured in nanometers, where 1 nanometer is a billionth of a meter. For instance, a hydrogen atom's radius is about 0.037 nanometers. To put it in perspective, if you stacked 1,000,000 hydrogen atoms, they'd only be as thick as a single sheet of paper. To make chemistry easier, the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, or UPAC, developed a system of short symbols for elements. These symbols usually use the first letter of the element's name, capitalized. If a second letter is needed, it's always lowercase, like H for hydrogen and He for helium. Now, let's test your understanding with a few practice questions. What is the basic definition of an atom? In what unit is the size of an atom typically measured? And finally, give 2 examples of atomic symbols, stating the rule for their capitalization. Take a moment to think about these before moving on. Great job with the easy level. Now, let's step up to the medium level, where we'll delve a bit deeper into Dalton's theory, visualize atomic scale, and explore the importance of UPAC symbols. John Dalton's atomic theory, proposed in 1808, was a cornerstone of chemistry. He stated that atoms are indivisible and cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction, laying the groundwork for the law of conservation of mass. To truly grasp atomic size, let's use an analogy. Atomic radii range from about 0.03 to 0.27 nanometers. Imagine an atom as a football stadium. A proton inside it would be merely the size of a pea. An astonishing fact, a single drop of water contains billions of trillions of atoms, highlighting their immense numbers and tiny scale. Universal symbols are vital for chemists worldwide. UPAC ensures a common language, simplifying complex chemical formulas and equations. The rules are straightforward. The first letter of an element's symbol is always capitalized, like C for carbon. If a second letter is present, it's always lowercase, such as Ca for calcium. Interestingly, some symbols derive from ancient Latin or Greek names, like Na for sodium, which comes from natrium, or Fe for iron, from ferrum. Let's look at some common atomic symbols. You have H for hydrogen, O for oxygen, and C for carbon. Then there's N for nitrogen, He for helium, and Ne for neon. From Latin origins, we have Na for sodium, Fe for iron, Cu for copper, Ag for silver, and Au for gold. And finally, Cl for chlorine. These symbols are universally recognized and help chemists communicate effectively across the globe. Time for some medium-level practice. According to Dalton, what happens to atoms during a chemical reaction? Why is a universal system for atomic symbols important? What is the approximate size range of atomic radii in nanometers? Write the UPAC symbols for potassium and lead. And finally, explain how the capitalization rule applies to single-letter and two-letter atomic symbols. Pause the video if you need more time. Fantastic work! You've mastered the medium concepts. Now, prepare to challenge yourself with the hard level, where we'll analyze the evolution of atomic theory and the deeper implications of atomic properties. The concept of smallest particle has evolved significantly. Ancient Greeks like Democritus first theorized atomos as indivisible. Dalton's atomic theory in the 19th century established atoms as fundamental, indestructible units in chemical reactions. However, later discoveries of subatomic particles like electrons, protons, and neutrons proved atoms are indeed divisible. Despite this, atoms remain the smallest unit that retains an element's chemical properties, distinguishing chemical reactions from nuclear ones, where the nucleus itself changes. Atomic radius, defined as half the distance between two identical bonded nuclei, is measured in picometers, which are 10 to the power of -12 meters. This size significantly influences chemical properties like ionization energy and reactivity. Smaller atoms, for example, tend to hold their electrons more tightly. UPAC's standardization of symbols is crucial for global scientific communication, preventing ambiguity and fostering international collaboration. These symbols uniquely identify elements, directly linking them to their specific atomic masses, which is vital for quantitative chemical analysis. An element's unique atomic symbol represents its identity, fundamentally defined by its atomic number. The arrangement of its electrons, heavily influenced by atomic size, dictates how that atom will interact with others. Smaller atoms often exert stronger attraction on their outermost electrons, impacting their ability to form bonds. For instance, tiny, highly electronegative atoms like fluorine are extremely reactive. Understanding this tripartite link between identity, size, and reactivity is essential for predicting and explaining chemical behavior and ultimately for designing new materials. Let's tackle the hard-level questions. How did the understanding of smallest particle evolve from Dalton's time to the present? Define atomic radius and convert 0.15 nanometers to picometers. Beyond brevity, what is the primary importance of UPAC in standardizing atomic symbols for the global scientific community? How does an atomic symbol implicitly connect to an element's atomic mass? Describe how atomic size can directly influence an atom's chemical reactivity. Give the Latin origin for copper and silver symbols. And finally, if an atom has 20 protons, what is its name and UPAC symbol? You've demonstrated a strong grasp of the hard concepts. Now, prepare to ascend to the hardest level, where we'll explore the philosophical roots, advanced experimental evidence, and the engineering insights behind atoms and their symbols. The journey of atomism began with ancient Greek philosophers Leucippus and Democritus, who, purely through reasoning, proposed atomos, tiny, indivisible particles as the building blocks of matter. This philosophical idea, though lacking experimental proof, laid a crucial conceptual foundation. It contrasted with Aristotle's continuous matter theory that dominated for centuries. John Dalton, in the early 19th century, then revived atomism, but this time, with experimental backing, marking the true dawn of modern atomic theory. The existence of atoms moved from hypothesis to observable reality through groundbreaking experiments. Robert Brown's observation of Brownian motion in 1827, later explained by Einstein, provided strong indirect evidence. X-ray diffraction, pioneered by Law and Bragg, revealed atomic arrangements in crystals, confirming atomic scale structures. But the true breakthrough came with the scanning tunneling microscope, or STM, developed by Binnig and Rohrer in 1981. This revolutionary technology allowed scientists to image individual atoms directly on surfaces, providing undeniable visual proof and opening new frontiers in atomic-level research. Defining atomic radius isn't straightforward due to the quantum mechanical nature of electron clouds. Therefore, different definitions exist based on the bonding environment, the covalent radius for bonded atoms, the van der Waals radius for non-bonded atoms in close contact, and the metallic radius for atoms in a metal lattice. EUPAC's global influence extends far beyond just elements, providing systematic nomenclature for complex inorganic and organic compounds. For newly synthesized elements, temporary systematic names, like a nunbium for element 112, are assigned before permanent names are approved, ensuring seamless global communication in cutting-edge research. Atomic symbols are the bedrock of chemical equations and stoichiometry. They visually represent the law of conservation of mass, illustrating that atoms are merely rearranged, not created or destroyed, during reactions. Stoichiometry, the quantitative study of chemical reactions, relies entirely on the precise definition of elements by their symbols and associated atomic masses, enabling accurate calculations in fields like chemical engineering. This atomic understanding is also paramount in materials science and nanotechnology, where manipulating matter at the atomic scale, typically 1 to 100 nanometers, allows us to engineer materials with specific properties. For instance, the different arrangements of carbon atoms give us materials as diverse as soft graphite and hard diamond, directly illustrating the profound impact of atomic structure. Now, let's challenge your competitive insights with the first 5 hardest level questions. Discuss the contributions of Leucippus and Democritus to atomism and how it differed from Dalton's theory. Explain how Brownian motion provided indirect but strong evidence for atomic existence. Describe the significance of scanning tunneling microscopy in atomic theory's history. Differentiate between covalent and van der Waals radius. Finally, how does EUPAC ensure consistent naming for newly synthesized elements? Take your time to formulate comprehensive answers. Here are the remaining 5 hardest level questions. Elaborate on the role of atomic symbols in validating the law of conservation of mass. How does atomic size and arrangement underpin nanotechnology? Why is it challenging to define a precise boundary for an atom's size from a quantum mechanical perspective? Consider 2 elements, A and B, where A has a smaller atomic radius than B in the same period. How might this affect their reactivity? And finally, if a hypothetical element has an atomic number of 115, what would be its temporary EUPAC systematic name and symbol? Good luck with these thought-provoking questions. And that brings us to the end of our in-depth exploration of atoms, their sizes, and EUPAC symbols. We hope you've gained a comprehensive understanding, from the foundational concepts to advanced scientific insights. For more such engaging and structured educational content, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for regular updates and more fascinating lessons. Your support helps us create more valuable content for you. Thank you for learning with us, and see you in the next session.